Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Now yes, before I get into the video, I am in a robe. Admire it because it's a beautiful robe. But I haven't been feeling well. My thyroid, I think, is crashing. Now that I am on summer vacation, my body just doesn't know how to function anymore. So that's why I'm in a robe. But you're not here for the robe. You're here for this beautiful tutorial on how to make your very own maypole / fairy pole. You can see that mine has butterflies, moss, flowers. It has a little fairy, got little butterflies. Here's what the top looks like. There's charms, there's a butterfly, and you may be wondering, why would I want to do that? Why did you want to do that? And here's the deal. I'm getting close to 30 years old. Jump scare, okay? And I need to do things in life that bring me joy. And I love to celebrate. I love to have any reason to celebrate. Any holidays, any season change, anything. And another thing is, when I was young, fairies were my life. I had a whole fairy bedroom. Secret Garden was my favorite movie. I'm very much into fairies, witches, mystical fairy tale life. And you know what? So I made myself a fairy pole. When it changed to May, it's called a maypole really. When it changed to May and it changed to spring, I made this for myself. The whole thing from scratch. And you know what? I have it on my little table and it brings me joy. Look at all that. And I just have it sitting on my little table and it brings me joy. And I don't have to be a child to enjoy fairies or fairy tale things or to have joy in my life. So, and you don't have to be either. And if you are a child watching, you can maintain this feeling your whole life. You don't have to stop making things that you enjoy just because you're a grown up. So I'm embracing being grown up and still loving fairies and fairy tales and witches and everything like that. So I'm going to teach you how to make your own fairy pole. I did make this one for myself. I made another one for my friend Sarah and it has bells. I made another one for my friend Sarah, and my best friend Sydney wants one and she wants one for her son. So I'm going to show you everything that I bought and I'm going to walk you through how I made my very own fairy pole. The supplies I got at Hobby Lobby, don't mind my cat, to make the fairy poles. You're gonna need a hot glue gun. Get whatever charms you want. Sydney wanted butterflies, flowers, fairies, and mushrooms. So I got some mushroom charms. She likes the moon, so I got her a fairy with the moon. She's gonna hate this because it has a weird face, but I thought it was really cool. Butterflies, flowers. I have these bells from last time. She likes gold bells. I did silver bells on mine. Get ribbon. I have light blue, dark green, purple, pink, green, yellow, light purple, red, all kinds of ribbon. You need these base platforms, wooden dowels, moss, fake moss, and then she wanted her son to have woodland creatures on his. So here's all the supplies I got to do the maple, and then I'm just gonna start hot gluing them all together. And you can buy whatever charms and stuff that you like for your own. I did a lot of blues and purples and greens because that's the colors she wanted. You can do whatever you want. So here you can see my finished maypoles / fairy poles. You can customize the ribbons, the charms, whatever you use. I chose flowers for some. I chose fairies for some, butterflies, flowers. You can make them themed. You can make them more feminine or more masculine. Whatever your interests are and whatever you like, you can make something that reflects that. So I want you to be able to express your creativity here because you have free will to be creative and do whatever you like. But the most important thing is to remember to stay cozy. Please like and subscribe, and thank you for watching.